And we're live. Are we live? I don't know if we're live. All right, we're live. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to SmithSquad Podcast, episode 75. This is a milestone episode. This is 75. This is cool. You don't hit 3/4 of a century every day. This is exciting, and I thought I'd do a little early morning live stream. Why not? Well, why? Because I want to start live streaming this as much as I can, and even though it's an inconvenient time for most, it doesn't really matter because, you know, the 100, 200, 300 people that get to catch this live get a little added benefit, added bonus, and if you don't catch it, you get the normal version of the SmithSquad podcast. So realistically, it's always weird when people are like, no, because, you know, you want to catch it live. I understand. You don't catch it live, it's, you know, it's not the end of the world. You might catch it live, you might not. But at the end of the day, you're going to get what you signed up for, which is the SmithSquad Podcast on YouTube anyways. Actually, most of you probably didn't sign up for the SmithSquad Podcast because it's not a thing that you sign up for. It's a thing that I upload on the weeks. And most people are like, what the hell is this? I thought this guy's a zombies YouTuber. And then it's like, oh, no, this guy talks about random stuff. And it's like, yeah, I do. It's what I do, okay? It's what I do. But what I find even weirder is that we're coming up on 750k subscribers as we're hitting our 750 or 75th episode. Actually, let me bring that up. What are we at on the subscribers? By the way, this is oh, are we lagging our butts off right now? I don't know. Okay, no, we're Gucci. Anyways, we are at 746. Okay, so we're 746. So basically, yeah, we're basically there. Actually, I've got a pretty sick 750,000 subscriber special coming up. Hopefully Saturday. Hoping to hit it Saturday, but I'm not really sure, to be completely honest. Anyways, I'm just rambling now. I wanted to get a nice little ramble in before we start the bulk of this. Welcome everybody. So what's going on here today? Well, we got a solo episode, we got an early morning episode. I am wired. Oh boys. Okay, so I don't know if you guys know, but nootropics, Alpha Brain. So what Alpha Brain is a supplement. It's a bunch of earth-grown supplements. It's not drugs, but it basically helps boost the function of your brain. So a lot of times people think like Adderall, Ritalin, modafinil, dexedrine, all that kind of like crazy amphetamine, like upper stuff. A lot of people like to think of that as like study aids, and if you're not prescribed that, it's pretty dangerous. It's pretty like, could be bad for you. Don't recommend it. So I've come across this stuff, and it's Joe Rogan, actually. I've known about it for years, called Alpha Brain. What it is it's a nootropic, so it's just like supplements, like you take, you know, vitamins or anything else like that. It's like green tea leaves and like all these natural roots and stuff, which is designed to help the health and function of your brain. And I got a pack of it, and I gotta say, it's incredible. It really is like so cool. I've been taking it for a bit now, and like I've been just taking one a day, kind of like daily, and it's just kind of helped like, you know, boost the processes of your brain. It's like a healthy thing that you take, and it's like really, really interesting. I've noticed like just like sharper, like it's like sharper. It's like you're more clear, and I found it really cool. I was just like, you know what, exams, like it's just like, you know, it's no different than taking like, I don't know, like vitamin C for a cold, right? So I was like, all right, cool. But I took two today because I was like, you know what, exams, we're in that exam grind mode right now. So excuse me, basically today is last day of classes, and that's exciting because I am the kind of guy, I really I really like working on my own. Kind of like struggling here. One second here. Okay. I really like working on my own. I really like working because I want to work. Does that make sense? Like when someone tells me to do something, I'm about half as likely to do it as if I had formulated in my mind that I was going to do that exact same task, like going to class today. So today I was actually done class yesterday, but we had a tutorial for one of our classes for the exams. Basically, a tutorial is just like they kind of go through, like, review the exam a bit. It's kind of like an exam review, but the teacher is like, all right, what do you guys want to know? So it's good. It's very helpful, but it's not required. It's not necessary. It's like if you go to it, you're going out of your way to do better, right? But it's not like actually going to the class. So last week I had 2 classes for accounting. I didn't go to either of them. I just didn't want to wake up. Completely skipped it, 100%. And then Wednesday I had a class and I skipped that as well. So in the last 2 weeks, I've skipped 3 of my 4 classes. Yet I woke up today at 9 a.m. to go to this optional thing, rearing and ready to go and ready to learn. Because it was optional. I wasn't forced to do it, but it was like, all right, if I do this, it's going to help me. I'm choosing to go to this, therefore I'm going to go. I don't know why, but that's just the way I am. It's the way I've always been. Ever since I was younger, when I had this really aggressive boss that just made me... it was so, like, insane. It was like just on me. It's like, he's like always telling me, like, you're really independent. You gotta be really independent with this job. Yet, like, every 20 minutes, it's like, how are you doing? Like, it was a really independent job, but he was always on your case. And it was terrible. And it was like, you do something and then he'd come out and fix it because you didn't do it right. And it was just awful. I think ever since then, I've realized I don't want a job because I don't want someone to tell me what to do. Because if someone tells me what to do, I'm not going to do it. I'm about half as likely to do something. Exact same task. Like, if I had a boss for YouTube, I wouldn't make videos. If someone else is telling me to make a YouTube video, and that's the scary thing, is when you get to, like, a point with, like, networks and all that stuff, it's really like a lot of companies will want to, like, own your soul a little bit. And they want to tell you how you should do it. Like, when I went to the Ubisoft event, I mean, super shout out to Ubisoft. It was for Rainbow Six. Like, they were awesome. They're super cool with me. But because they were the ones that, like, hey, we want you to promote our game, this is how you're going to make your video. That was the first time I've ever experienced that kind of corporate, like, this is what you have to do. You're not the creative process. We are making the creative process for you. And it was like this corporate structured creative process. It was so interesting to see how, like, the corporate world tries to be creative, but it's like you can't be creative. You're not pure because your intent is the money. And when your money is the goal, creativity fall decreases. Does that make sense? Like, if your number one goal is to make money in a creative process, it doesn't leave a lot of room for creativity. And there's a balance there. There's being creative and there's being a businessman. And YouTube has both sides to it. But if you're more weighed on the business side, you're not going to make good content. However, if you're too creative, you won't be able to get your content out there to others and market it well and all that stuff. So there's a balance to it all. But what I'm saying, it was really interesting with just seeing how a corporation wants you to do something. And I say corporation, it was just a group of people, but really they're represented by a corporation and all that stuff. And it was just so interesting to me to see how structured it was. And okay, you're going to use this program because this is who we're sponsored by, and you're going to do it like this, and we're going to do it like that, and we want you to, it's like, no, like, you guys don't know how to make videos. You guys make video games and you're great. And like I said, I'm not hating on them because any corporation would be like this. And I've experienced it with other sponsors as well. But the thing is like, no, like, don't like let the creator create. Like, you're the business side. It's just an interesting thing. And like I said, I think with YouTube, like, if I was ever like somehow in a contract where, like, I had to kind of follow something, I could never do it. Because it gets to the point where the money becomes the thing, and the whole idea of it is the whole idea of YouTube, the whole idea of anything is the creative process. But what's ironic is the creative process is oftentimes the most profitable thing in the end. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm just like, I've been thinking about this a lot lately because I'm in marketing, and my marketing class is really, like I thought marketing meant like advertising. It doesn't. Marketing is like one portion. Advertising is one part of marketing. Marketing is everything that goes into like making a product, making a thing. And it's really been the only course in business that I found to be like, how do I say, helpful to what I do, helpful to my business, which is YouTube. And I always hate to say YouTube is a business because like when you put it like a business, it just sounds so bad, but really it is. I make I make entertaining videos. Like that's my business. Do you know what I mean? To say it's not a business is silly because any YouTuber is technically a business. If you're making money from it, it's become a business. But the thing that I found really interesting in my course is this thing called relationship marketing. And it's on the basis of creating a relationship with the customer. I found this so weird because I was like relating it to YouTube and I was like, whoa, that is YouTube right there. Relationship marketing. It's like fans and YouTuber is this really metaphorical way of like consumer product. Do you know what I mean? Like the video is the product and the consumer is the YouTuber. And I think most YouTubers wouldn't want to say this or admit it because it might make the viewer feel like a customer, which isn't the truth because I've got a second thing to add on here. So like relationship marketing is 100% what YouTube is all about. It's about like creating a bond with the viewer. Like 100%. Like, you know, you guys watch me and like we do our thing. You know what I mean? But what I find so interesting is the most effective way of this type of marketing is not. It doesn't come from a business outlook on it. Does that make sense? Like when we talk about relationship marketing in our class, it's like, like, you know, being a good, you know, it's like doing all these things so people will like you. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's almost like manipulative. It's like, you know, creating a relationship with your customer. And it's like almost, I don't want to say unethical, but it's almost a little bit manipulative how they talk about it. And the thing that I noticed was really interesting is with YouTube, the most, how do I say it? The most effective way to do that idea of like creating a connection is to be genuine, is to actually create it. It's like the idea of business is like, how can we create the sense that the consumer feels a connection to us? And with YouTube, I mean, some YouTubers feel that too, is like, you know, how do I get people to like me? But the most effective way to do it is not like this manipulative way. It's to be genuine, where like you actually do it. You know what I mean? Like you actually care about your fans. You genuinely think of their best interest and think of, okay, you know, I want to create good content for these guys because these guys support me. I want to be a content creator. It's about that genuineness of, you know, I use Syndicate a lot as an example. This is weird. This is like looking the business side of YouTube, which again, a lot of YouTubers don't like to talk about, but like I use Syndicate as a great example. I've seen that guy sign autographs and take pictures with people for 2 hours straight while he's on an empty stomach. He's so tired his legs are shaking. I see this guy do it, and the thing is you could say, okay, he's being really good at relationship marketing because, you know, his fans are, you know, he's making it so that the fans think that there's a connection there. And on the business side, what it is, you know, you're making your customers feel like there's a connection there. But that is not what he's doing. It's being genuine. Do you know what I mean? He's actually really appreciates his fans and cares about them so much that he wants to, like, yeah, you know, like, you know, every person I can meet, you know, is another fan. There's someone that's helped me. It's that idea of the creativity process of that genuine versus the idea of, okay, how can we best market ourselves so that we appear good? So it's gross. It really is gross. I mean, companies do it, and it's harder as a company. But I just appreciate YouTube so much in the sense that it's so like driven by being real, by being genuine, by not being like fake to people, by like, I don't know. I can't even really think of a lot of YouTubers that are fake. SoFlo has been someone that's been talked about a lot lately, and I don't like hating on other YouTubers, but you know, it's just so interesting how like, you know, the people that it's not about like being business oriented. That idea of relationship marketing, it's about actually caring, and that's just the coolest thing to me is that, you know, the creative process, the genuineness of YouTube, of, you know, really appreciating your fans and doing stuff for them, and you know, going to events and meeting them and all that kind of stuff trumps business 100-fold. You know, business does not do beat all, and I think that's really cool. And I guess you could argue that that's a business strategy right there, is to be actually genuine, which I guess technically it is, but it's not really a formal business way that people look at things. So I don't know. For me, I just think it's really cool to see how YouTube is such a way where you can just be a genuine human being, a genuine person, and have people like you for that. And I think a lot of that's the reason why I started the podcast, is like, you know what? It helps people. It's a good thing to do. And at the end of the day, I have fun with it. It's something I always look forward to every week. It's like, I'm just going to sit down and just talk about it. Oh, someone actually mentioned a YouTuber that's been under heat this week. Yes, 100%. I don't want to name names, but a guy who did a murder prank, that's not genuine. It's so gross. It's so gross. It's like, you know, I don't like that. I really don't like that. I don't like people like, there's, yeah, I don't want to talk about that, but it's gross. It's gross is what it is, and it's just not genuine. So, yeah. Oh, but coffee, I'm telling you, it's this combination. Gotta stay on the alpha brain. It's very. I'm new to this channel, Pat, but I really like it. You're cool, Pat. LOL. Thank you, Cedric Brown. I don't like to check the chat when I do this, because this is my second live one. But I think it's nice to just pop in, make sure everything's going well. Although that does kind of take away from the you know, it takes away from what we're doing here. Anyways, okay, so DJ Khaled. I don't know if you guys know DJ Khaled. You probably know him. DJ Khaled, you know, in a lot of songs. He has Snapchat, and can I just say, it's amazing. He's got one of the greatest Snapchats ever. It's beautiful. DJ Khaled is this really rich dude who makes music, but he makes Snapchat videos, and it's like, it's so stupid, but it's just like him every day. He does the exact same thing. It's like waking up, gotta get clean, man. You gotta get clean. Before you can be successful, you gotta get clean. And then he eats breakfast, and he's like, we got egg whites, we got sausage, and the most important thing to be successful is water. Man. You gotta have that water. And then he goes and he waters his plants, and he's like, he has a lion in his garden, like a statue of a lion. He's like, lion order, bless up. And basically, his entire Snapchat story is him not doing like anything really productive. It's just like showering, eating, watering his plants, picking what watch he's gonna wear for the day. It's just like all this random stuff, but it's so funny because it's like he's not doing anything productive in his Snap stories except talking about how productive he's going to be for the rest of the day. Yet at the same time, the dude is filthy loaded. So it's like, obviously he's successful, but I don't know. It's just the most ridiculous Snapchat story ever, and I've been enjoying it. And I tried to do a one like him this morning. But I'm gonna say, if you want to add him, it's DJ Khaled 305, DJ KHALED 305, DJ Khaled KHALED 305. Greatest Snapchat story account ever. I'm just saying, ever, of all time. You gotta add it. Bless up. Lion order. I don't know what lion order means, but it just sounds cool. Lion order. Lions are ferocious beasts, and DJ Khaled is a lion, I guess. I really don't know. Anyways, what was our next? We hit a next topic I wanted to talk about here, other than coffee and alpha brain. I wasn't even going to talk about YouTube, but I just kind of got distracted. The thing I wanted to talk about today is actually something that happened to me yesterday. I was with a bunch of people. Take a drink for dramatic effect, for tension, suspense. What's he going to say? I was with a group of people, and I said a joke about ISIS. Like I don't take ISIS seriously. I really joke about ISIS a lot. And someone said, you shouldn't joke about ISIS. And I said, why not? And they said, because they're like terrible people and they're killing people and all this stuff. And I said, yeah, exactly. That's why I joke about ISIS. And they're like, well, you're terrible. And I was like, no, like they really took offense to me, like making a joke about ISIS. I forget what I said, but it was just like, you know, like, oh, he's like, oh, he's like, it was, I don't know. I can forget what the joke was, but it was a really silly joke about ISIS. And I'm like, that's like the goal of ISIS, is for you to take them seriously and be scared of them. Like, do you know what terrorism is all about? It's about creating fear. The idea of terrorism is not to hurt people. The idea of terrorism is to make people fearful. It's to create the idea that you're all in danger, when realistically, you know, we've had so many worse threats to the world than ISIS. ISIS is fucking terrible. Don't get me wrong. But, you know, the Nazis, like, you know, the world's been in much worse places than ISIS. ISIS is just this little punk gang that, you know, whatever. They're just they're not taking over any countries. They're just a terror group. They want to create fear. That's all ISIS does. And when you take them seriously like that, you say like, oh my God, you know, yeah, you know, we got to take them seriously. You can't joke about that. They're killing people. It's like, no, I think that's the reason you need to joke about them. You can't take them, well, obviously take them seriously, but you can't give them that respect, that what they want of, you know, we're a crazy group, and you know, we gotta be like looked at with this scaredness, this face of, oh my God, it's ISIS, and you know, don't joke about them because they're serious. No, fuck ISIS. That's what they want. Joke about them. They bang goats. You know, they're just this little, like, they're terrible people. There's nothing to take away from that. But when you take them so serious, and when you even, like, you know, you're giving them recognition when you take them seriously. So I just thought it was, you know, it's interesting because it's like, you know, you're kind of taught to take them seriously, but if you take them seriously, you're giving them exactly what they want. And when you're fearful, you know, like 9/11, for example, or I guess like any sort of terrorist, I mean, that's just a prime terrorist act, but a terrorist, the goal of a terrorist attack is to create fear. And, you know, I think ISIS is they're doing a very good job of that, and the media is perpetuating that. They're making people more scared of ISIS, and they really are, because, and now when there's any sort of event that happens, they go, oh, perhaps it's ISIS, and then it's creating this really bad level of fear that I think is unjustified, because, like, I don't know, for me, it's like there's always going to be something in the news to make you scared. There's always going to be something in the news that makes you worried, that makes you think it's the end of the world. We've had the swine flu. Do you remember the swine flu? When, you know, everyone was going to die and, like, it was going to be terrible. The bird flu, when everyone was going to die and it was going to be terrible. You know, Al-Qaeda. You know, like, the world's a pretty damn good place for the most part. But it's really easy to focus on the vastly negative, terrible ass shit that goes down. Which isn't to say that the world's a perfect place. But my thing is that it's too easy. It's so easy to focus on the negative in the world and look at, oh my God, we've got all this stuff happening, you know, in the current, like, last, like, 3 months. Shit has been popping off the last 3 months. We got ISIS, we got, like, you know, France attacks, Syria attacks. We've got, like, earthquakes. There was an earthquake somewhere. There's so much stuff. I don't even really follow it. I just see on the internet. But what I'm saying is, like, it's so easy to focus on all that negativity and say, oh my God, the world is dying, and the world, you know, like, statistically, I think the world is, like, the safest place it's ever been. You know, looking back to the 1940s with Nazi Germany, looking back to, like, you know, 1,000 years ago when you had Genghis Khan just killing everybody in Asia. I think we're moving in the right direction. You know, it's not perfect. It's never going to be perfect. What I'm saying is, I think it's just really easy to look at all the negative in the world and see, like, you know, the world is just going to shit. And I would say no. I would say not at all. I would say the world is getting better than it's ever been. But it's really easy to look at all those negative things. But you could think of all the positives, like advances with technology and advances with medicine and all that stuff. And I don't know. I like when I started this podcast today, I was like, you know what? I just want to I want to bring some positivity to this podcast because I think there's too much negativity nowadays, and I don't. There's no sense. There's no sense in being negative. And I've talked about this before, but like there's sensation and there's perception. Sensation is what's actually happening, and then there's perception of how you're perceiving it. And to you, your perception is the sensation. So like, for example, this coffee mug is a coffee mug. Do you know what I mean? It's a coffee mug. But if you were to say it's a rock and you perceived it as a rock, it's a rock. Do you know what I mean? But like, obviously that's a terrible example, but it's a really like low level, base kind of level. But what I'm saying is like, if the world, okay, but I would like, yeah, 100%. I think the world is probably in the last 20 years, let's say on an average, the world is the best it's ever been ever. I mean, statistically, like there's less country versus country war, world versus world war, kind of like you know, like grand, like everything. Wars are getting smaller and smaller. It's between, you know, it's like civil wars now, or even smaller in like not even like the entire country engaging in war. War is getting a lot smaller, which is a good thing. I would say on a complete average, the world is the best it's ever been over the last 20 years. But, you know, you could still look at all that negativity and say, oh my God, you know, there's so much bad stuff going on, and say the world is a scary place, the world is a bad place, it's a negative place, there's so much bad stuff. And to you, that is the truth. Do you know what I mean? It's not about the sensation. It's not about what's actually going on. It's what you perceive. It's what you choose to believe, kind of, a little bit. And if you want to look at the negative, then that's how the world truly is, because that's the lens that you're looking at it through. But if you want to look at it as a, yeah, you know, this is, you know, there's some awesome stuff going on. You know, we got the internet. How cool is that? I think the internet alone is the coolest thing that has ever been created in the history of the earth. Maybe. But it's pretty freaking cool. I don't know. I think overall, like, just keep it good vibes. And the thing I like to think about is, you know, like, awesome times is not always guaranteed. You know, awesome times, what we have right now, at least, you know, like in most countries, that's not guaranteed. Do you know what I mean? Like, yes, right now, everything, like think about how structured and awesome it is to live in where you live. Like in Canada, for example. I'm from Canada. Very good country. I love Canada. Big fan of it. You don't have to worry about like getting shot or like getting water or anything like that. Like your goal is like, you just need to get an education. You got to do this, you got to do that, and all this stuff. And like it's so structured. Do you know what I mean? But there's any time that, you know, the world could go to complete shit. Like actually go to complete shit. Like a world war could start, and, you know, the goal isn't anymore is like, you know, just achieve, as Ty Lopez would say, health, wealth, love, and happiness. You know, it's to survive. It's to stay alive, to, you know, not get shot, to find water. Do you know what I mean? It like most countries, you know, most, especially first world countries, I should say, were so like the road is so, like, the road to success is so easy. It's like you just need to like find something and work really hard at it, versus like if you're born in, like, let's say China, I'm sure there's a road to success because there's successful people in China, one of the richest, you know, it's a huge country, but the road to success there is a lot harder. The road to success in, like, you know, one of these places where ISIS is fucking shit up in, you know, it's a lot harder there. And like it's so easy to take for granted what we have of, like, you know, social security and banks and you know, the education system and governments and like all this stuff. It is set in place to keep things structured. And when if that's like that structure were to ever leave, like, life would be like so chaotic. I mean, I have no idea what would happen, but just to think that you're at a place where like your worries are like grades and all this stuff is really lucky. But the problem with like all that stuff is like, this is the thing, is like, I'm not trying to say, oh, you should be grateful where you're from and all this stuff. Is like, I'm saying like, appreciate the current moment, because we don't know what's going to happen in the future, right? Because life is awesome right now, but it might not be later. So like, enjoy it now while you can. I'm not saying it's going to get bad. Like my whole spiel before is I think the world's a great place. It's getting better, but you never know. So enjoy what the future is. And that's like what I was gonna get into is like, what was I gonna get into? I completely lost my train of thought. Damn. What was I gonna talk about? God damn it! I just completely lost. Not a gameplay, but no, this isn't a gameplay. This is the SmithSquad Podcast, bro. You got to get on it. What I'm saying. This is not. Look, I'm not playing. This is just me talking, and this is to appease your eyes. Okay, you scrub. God damn it! I completely just lost my train of thought. Wow. Alpha Brain, where are you at? You're supposed to make me remember these things. Let's go. We're talking about the world being a great place. It's like right there. It's like right there. And because I'm trying to think about it, it's harder to get. Anyways, whatever. It's almost Christmas time, ladies and folks. Enjoy it. I'm so excited for Christmas, man. It's so weird because as you get older, it's like when you're young, it's like all about the presents, and you say like, oh yeah, but I was always like, oh, I mean, yeah, my family, whatever, but I see them all the time, presents. But once you move out, it's like seeing your parents is so much better because you really, oh right, okay, that's what I was gonna talk about. It's just that whatever situation you're in, it's like that's the norm. I was just gonna say like, yeah, like living in like a first world country where like the biggest problem is like getting good grades and getting a job and all that stuff. That's the norm. Like that's your perception, so that's what's like normal, right? Anyways, I was just gonna say like now that I'm older and like don't see my parents all the time, it's like I appreciate them so much more. Like I appreciate my parents way more than I did when I saw them every day because you get used to them. You know what I mean? It's kind of like when you don't see a friend in a while, and that's what honestly I'm most like by far most excited to go home for, is just to see my friends. I've got a really good group of friends here at my university, but like since I think I was in grade primary, it's kind of started in grade primary and it built to like throughout my years as being in school. I like this incredible group of friends, like realistically, like the greatest friends, like group of friends you could ever have. Like we're just all like no beef, no anything, and like we've gone our separate ways because of university and stuff, but going our separate ways has actually made us like closer because in high school like there was like a group of like 12 or 13 of us. We were always like we were pretty tight. I wasn't as tight as with them as I am now because I had a girlfriend and she really oh my god, girlfriends can be crazy, but we're friends, we're good friends, and as like things went on, it was kind of like a thing of we were all friends and we had a good time, and like we went to prom and we got a dope pic for prom and all this stuff, and actually let me show you this pic because this is always cool. I always like to throw this one up because this is just like the coolest pic ever. But yeah, as we went through, we were always good friends. I think we were always I think we always like we were just always super close. We even had like a group on Facebook and stuff. This is, I don't know if you guys could see that very well. Probably not because the focus, but there's a bunch of us at prom. Anyways, it was like once we got to university was when we realized like how lucky we were, because it was always like I had this like super close knit group of friends. Like really, I mean, in high school can be shitty, and I just kind of lucked out that in elementary school I had a group of like 4 or 5 guys I was really close with, and then we went to junior high or middle school, and we hooked up. We kind of got like we found like 4 or 5 more guys. We all kind of joined together, and then in high school, like we didn't really like. I mean, we made more friends, but like no one really kind of like just like this group. You know what I mean? We like hit with this group, and like it's like I don't want to. I don't want it to sound like cliquey because like that's such a shitty thing. But it was just like we were just like a really good group of friends, and like we had other friends. Don't get me wrong, but like it was just kind of always like the boys, the men. So that was just always kind of cool. But anyways, we moved off. We went our separate ways. 4 of us went to the school I'm at. Me and 3 other friends. One guy went to Toronto. One guy moved to Newfoundland. 2 guys stayed home. One guy went to Prince Edward Island. You guys probably don't know where any of these places are, but just a bunch of different provinces in Canada. One guy moved all the way to Spain to play soccer. Okay, so I still haven't seen the dude, but we all kind of went our separate ways, and I think that like kind of separation is like we kind of made it like you realize like how easily you take your friends for granted. You realize like, wow, it's really easy to just be like, oh, these people are just people I always hung out with, and that's what it was. And then when we didn't have that, we didn't see each other, it was like, whoa, really lucky to have this crazy ass group of friends, right? So once we went to university, we got closer because it was like, I made a ton of friends last year. And it was awesome, but it was like, there's like, this group that like I've been friends with since I was in primary. I was 5 years old, right? So it's like 13 years. Even one guy I've been like since I was in preschool. I was like 3 or 4 when I met him. We're still friends. So it was just this cool process of like realizing like once you don't have something, it's like, damn, you really learn to appreciate it. And that was like the coolest thing to me. And like now, even as times go on, like I feel like as we even separate more, it's like I appreciate them more. Like this year at my school, I'm a second year, and it's like I've met a lot of people who are first year, and I don't know what it's been this year, but it's I've realized that there are just people that are not like, it's gonna sound shitty, but like just there's people you can spend your life, like you have a finite amount of time on this planet. It's like you should spend your time with people that you truly like, that are genuine, and like you can hang out with awesome people, or you can hang out with shitty people. And it's like I've realized like this year, I don't know, it's just been like an observation of like, man, there's like a lot of people that like just like I don't like you. It's like nothing against you, but it's like I just simply do not like your personality. And it's like, okay, well, I'm not gonna hang out with you then. Do you know what I mean? It's just something like you realize, and like I said, it sounds shitty. At the same time, it's like you should spend your time with who you want, people that are positive, that help you, people that make you a better person, that you have fun with, or whatever, right? You should really spend time with people you like, and that's like. Again, like I didn't realize this because it was just always like with this group of guys, it was like I never had any problems with them. It's like we're always just Gucci, and everything's cool, and we just hang out and we have fun and we do reckless stuff and we be degenerates and all that great times that you do when you're 19 years old, 20 years old, 18 years old, 16 years old. I didn't realize that, and it's like I had this and you don't have it, and it's like, whoa, that was really awesome. So I don't know, I'm excited to go home. I'm done in 6 days. We're getting the squad back together. God, it's so funny because my hometown is such a shithole, to be completely honest. I know everyone says their hometown's a shithole, but mine really is a shithole. But I love it for the same time, for the people that live there, the people there that are awesome. It's like someone that's from that place. It's like you just get it. You just get that vibe, and you're like, yeah, like. I'm sure it's kind of like the same thing as like, imagine like, I guess like whatever country you're from, you go to some like let's say you're from, I don't know, wherever, and then you kind of like you go to some way off country, and then you meet someone from the same country. That's what it's like when you're like at a party or something and you meet someone from my hometown. It's like, oh, yo, what's up, man? Like, it's like, oh my God. I'm like I said, I'm sure like it's like that for a lot of people, but like yeah, it's not a great town, but it's got some great people in it. I'm excited to go home. I don't know. I'm almost out of coffee, and it's making me a little bit sad. What the fuck? What's this map? I'm in bio class right now. Bio sucks. Bio, I don't know. Actually, I kind of liked bio, but you know what I don't like? Is school. It's too much. I said this on my Snapchat story today. I'll say it again. God damn. It's been a long semester, and like I said, I got 6 days left. I'm done classes. All I have to worry about is exams, which are easy for me because it's like a self-driven thing that I have to make myself do. I don't mind exams at all. I'm ready for exams. But I'm not a fan of classes. And for me, I'm like with YouTube has really changed my life and my perspective on how I'm going to live my life. Because before it was always like, I have to get a job, I have to do this, and then it was like, oh wait, I can do like what I love for my job. I mean, at least for like, it's not going to be forever, but like for as long as it lasts, right? And it's kind of like made me realize that like you can do whatever you want. If that makes sense. You can as long as you work at it and you put the effort in, you can achieve a lot. And YouTube has made me realize that. For my final marketing project, we had to come up with a product and do a year-long marketing plan of how we're going to create this product. You got to reach out to distributors. We did like an energy gum that like helps you study. So it's like you got to reach out to distributors. You got to contact Health Canada or like the FDA American equivalent, just like the people that regulate drugs and stuff. We gotta set up deals like to sell our product and like all this stuff. And before YouTube, it was like people say, oh, you can achieve whatever you want, but I didn't really believe that. And YouTube has taught me that it really is true as long as you're willing to put the work in. And it's like, I was thinking about this. I was like, this is a really good product idea. Like we did it for a class, but I was like, man, this would be awesome. Like I would love to have this product. And I was like, I could like do that. I was like, I could probably like get that together. Like we've contacted the company, like we know the price quote, and like we've got our whole plan. I was like, all I have to do is just put the work in. Like we literally have like a solid plan for this product. And I was like, man, like I could do that. And I was like, I don't think I want to do that. It'd be kind of cool. It's like, but I think I'd rather do YouTube than this. But at the same time, like it was really interesting to see like kind of a plan come together, and like me being able to visualize like, yeah, I could probably like realistically create this idea. But like I said, YouTube, like it's really changed my outlook on like how I'm gonna like how I perceive things, and as well as like how I'm looking at my future. Because before I was looking at a business because I was like, I think business is a good degree, and I was like, okay, well, what am I gonna major in? And this week, guys, I've realized that I'm not gonna declare a major. I'm gonna get a general business degree, which is not really that much. Like it's not really that big of a deal, but basically, like I realized university, like I want to learn, and I don't just want to learn business because business is really boring to me. And I actually like I've thought about like changing my major a few times this year. So in business, like you take business, but you can get like a degree in marketing, accounting, finance, entrepreneurship. At my school, it's a pretty cool one, business technology. But you can also choose to not declare a major and just get a general business degree, which is what I'm gonna do. Because if you declare a major, you have to like, I mean, you like I was thinking of doing marketing, and I was like, wait, I'm gonna have like 2 to 3 marketing focused courses a semester for the next 4 semesters. I was like, I have 1 marketing course right now. That's great, but I don't need more. And I was like, okay, accounting, no, I hate accounting. Finance, no, I hate finance. I was thinking entrepreneurship. I was like, that'd be cool, but like, is that really like? I don't think I need that. And I realized like, I think I think people look at university too much as like, at least especially in business. I shouldn't talk about other places because I don't know it. But in business, people look at it like, I'm going to get this marketing degree and I'm going to go into marketing, or I'm going to get a, whatever degree and I'm going to go into this. And that's really not true. Like we've even had a class that told us this. And this is like how I realized all this is like, the two things they told us is like your major in business doesn't matter unless you're going to be an accountant, because if you want to be an accountant, you have to go to like a chartered accountant school, whatever. But other than accounting, if you want to, like, realistically, like, unless you want to be an accountant, you have to get an accounting degree. But other than that, even if you get an accounting degree or a marketing degree or a finance degree or an entrepreneurship degree or a general business degree, it doesn't matter, because the skills interrelate between each other. The skills of business, it all like kind of comes together. And I thought that was really cool. I was like, okay, so it doesn't really matter. I've heard of business, a lot of business people have gotten philosophy degrees. Like economics. There's so much stuff you can do. And like, I'm realizing it really doesn't matter so much what you get your degree in, so long as you just have that piece of paper to show that like you're capable of committing to a 4-year program and achieving in it, and your grades, unless you want to go to grad school, again, don't really matter once you get to university. It's really depressing, because my whole life I was told that my grades are like the most important thing. And then I got to university and they're like, yeah, unless you want to go to grad school, don't worry about your grades. And I was like, oh, nice. Okay. So I don't know, like for me, I've changed the way I'm going to look at business, because I think with me, like with YouTube, it's like, this is something that, I'm going to be able to do for the next few years anyways. And it's like, I just want to learn, but I don't want to like learn in this super specific thing. I want to take courses that I'm actually going to learn in. So like, if I take this general business degree, it's going to open my time up for a lot more of electives. So I could take like a philosophy course, like more psychology, because I think psych is really cool. Economics is really applicable to everything. All that kind of stuff that really applies to real life. So I don't know, for me, I think it's good, because I just want to learn at this point. I just want to learn. But yeah, I don't know. Just random stuff. Exams though, I tell you, how's he playing with no hands? I am a wizard. Remove the gameplay. It's so sidetracked. That's really interesting, because like most people are like, oh, please put in it because I'm bored. I don't know. You know what? You can't. It is pre-recorded. The gameplay is, of course, yeah. Just throwing in something for you. We back. All right, yeah, we're back. Yo, what's up, everybody? Sorry about that. We lost our shiz. It's all Gucci. Where are we at for time? Actually, I gotta see this, because we lost our time because we went offline. Oh God, that's the thing with doing these live, is that like I feel a little bit like too focused on the stream and not enough focused on like life and all that. Life. I'm too focused on the stream and like making sure that this is running good. I'm not really talking about the podcast, the poopcast. That's the problem. People, it's the gameplay, the YouTube. I don't know what I'm rambling on about. I'm so like with YouTube, like I'm so like at a weird point, with like zombies right now, because like zombies is like, we've had it out for a month and like I've played it so hardcore, and I'm like, damn, we have like 2 more. Like I'm like more maps, please. Like this is great. Like I love these maps, but like I could use some more maps. But I'm just like, I'm so like, I don't know, like I'm going at YouTube at such a different, I don't know, I want to say YouTube, a different perception, but like it's just like I'm so like the comment section on YouTube, this is like my thing, is so garbage. And it was never garbage before YouTube integrated Google Plus into it. And like ever since that, like I've like looked at YouTube so differently now. Is like I post the videos there and the conversation is on Twitter. And it's like YouTube comments, just something changed in the process of where people comment, that like really shitty comments get always voted up to the top, and all the positive stuff and like love you gets voted down to the bottom. And like so much of the comments, this comment section is just garbage. Like, oh, I'm early, let me think of a joke. Like, and it's like people, they're trying to make fun of the people who are early, and it's like you're really unoriginal too. It's like, okay, it's like people say they're first, and then people want to make fun of the people who say they're first. So they say, oh, I'm early, let me think of a joke. But it's like, you're not original either. So that people will hate on the people who do both of those things. And it's like, dude, you're not original either. So that's like 60% of my comment section right there is just a mix of that. And then the rest of it is just like, all the negative stuff gets bumped up to the top. And it's like, why? Like, I realized, I was like, why am I reading all this stuff? Like, I always go to my comment section still to just reply to like one or two people. But it's just like, it's so like garbage. So I go to Twitter, and it's like, most part, like, just cool people are still like, you know, like, I love like where I'm at and stuff, but you know, it's not like 100% of everything is beautiful and everything's great. It's still a lot of work, and you know, you get a lot more hate and all that bullshit. But I think my biggest thing is like, I don't take zombies seriously at all. Like, to the point where I like, in my challenge, like, I made it to round 30, and like, I got stuck on something. I was like, I don't think I can get out of this. I didn't even shoot. I didn't even try to get out of it. I was like, I think I'm gonna die. So I died. It's like, I've been playing zombies for so long that I can't take it seriously. Like, unless like when a new map comes out, it's fun, but it's like you play it so much you can't take it seriously, and it's like, I just need to have fun with this. I can't like look at this like this, you know, oh my god, I gotta like, you know, I gotta reload, like, you know, like reload your gun and like before you get the max ammo, like little things like that. It's like, I can't take this seriously anymore. I've played it so much, and it's like, when like people get mad at me because I didn't do something right in zombies, it's like, I care so little about that. It's like, it's not even about the zombies. Like, when I play a game, it's about having fun with it. Do you know what I mean? Because once you get to a high round on zombies, like, every map, I do it once. I get to a high round. I've done it with every map pretty much. Mob of the Dead, Origins, never did Buried because Buried's so easy. Shadows of Evil, never really done the Giant, but Shadows of Evil, it's like, you do this, you get that high round, and it's like, all right, I got it. There's no sense in taking this seriously anymore, because it's like, I've done the best I can. Why do I, like, you know what I mean? And it's just like, all right, I just gotta have fun with this. And so, I don't know, just people, I think people take zombies way too seriously, because the point is not to go so crazy with it. It's just about to have fun with it, because it gets boring if you take it too seriously and you try to, you know, be set up on round one. It's like, that was the thing that I hated with Transit in any map that had a bank, is you could be set up on round one. And if you really work at it on Shadows of Evil, you can get set up on round one, but it's like, okay, you're set up now. This is boring now. So I think in life and in zombies, it's a great analogy, really. You just got to take things not so seriously. You just got to take things not so seriously. And I don't know. I'm just rambling at this point. Damn, I've been so slacking, though. I've been slacking. This week is like, I mean, this week's been kind of like a thing, because, you know, we've had so much. It's been exams and stuff, so I've just been like trying to chill. But like, second channel's been nothing. And all that stuff. And I don't know. I'm just like losing my mind a little bit from exams, I think. Although I like exams. Like, I like studying for exams. I'm kind of losing my mind a little bit. And it's not the end of the world or anything. But, you know, when you're losing your mind, it's just kind of like, damn, it's so hard to think about anything else. You know what I mean? Like, when you're so like, I'm really good at focusing on one thing. When I have to focus on two things, like YouTube and exams, it's like, ugh. So, I don't know, guys. I'm just gonna, that's all I have to talk about today. Like, should I mean? Like, normally I'd just keep going with it, but I'm losing my mind, so I'm just like, whatever. If anyone has anything in the chat that they want to talk about, ask me a question. You know, we got 10 minutes. Actually, we got 9 minutes. But if you have anything you want to ask, that's not zombies related, go for it. Because, you know, it just is what it is. Just is what it is. Alright, I'm just gonna wait. Hashtag focus. Help me. When I talk to my math teacher on WhatsApp, she always wants to know if I'm in a relationship. No, it's not a big deal. Are you racist? I am so far from being racist. Nah, racist people are ignorant. Are you high right now? I am. Because what being high is being affected by any drug, and I have caffeine, so I'm high on caffeine. I don't know how many girls have been on that bed. More than you want to know, but I'm assuming you're asking how many girls I had sex with on that bed. There's been a lot. Like, I have a lot of friends, okay, who are girls, but the question you're asking, I'm not going to answer. Hee hee. Are you playing Rainbow Six Siege? I want to, man. It looks like a lot of fun. Oh my God, it's Adam Smith. Holy balls, Adam, yo. We gotta work on an overlay for the SmithSquad podcast, yo. But have I ever done the polar dip, which is like going in the water in like the winter? No, I really want to though. I love cold water. Like, I really like taking cold showers and stuff. And I like being cold. I'm such a Canadian. It snowed today, and I got so excited. I was like, oh my God, this is the greatest thing ever. It was a lot of fun. Are you a goat? I am the goat. Okay, I am the goat. What other games do I play? Are you a virgin? Nah, fam. I'm 20, bruh. Am I okay? Am I okay? I definitely feel off today, but not in a bad way. I'm just different. The thing with my podcast is, like, it's not like energetic, you know what I mean? It's just chill. Like I have like I have normal Pat, and then I have like super energetic Pat, and I can't sustain that level of energy all the time. So this is what we do on the podcast. We just take it down and we just chill. Pat, you're the best YouTuber ever. I don't think so, but I try to do my best. I did the dip years ago. It feels amazing. Almost stops your heart at first. Yeah, I bet. I bet it. Like, I think you feel really good afterwards. Like, when you get cold, your body thinks it's dying, so it creates all these endorphins. So after you get really cold, you feel really good. Fun fact for you. It's actually really good if for like I don't want to say like depression, but like that kind of like I don't want to do anything or just sad or anything. If you're really like just in a not like motivated mood, take like a 5-minute like ice cold shower. You'll feel amazing because, like I said, your body thinks it's dying, or maybe at least like you kind of trick your body into thinking it's in a bad situation, so it creates all these endorphins because it's super cold. It's you gotta shower so much that you're shaking, your muscles are starting to tense up. Your body's like, whoa, what the hell's going on? And it like creates all these endorphins. Then you get out, you feel like $1 million. Fun facts. When do I think I'll get to 1 million subs? All right, well, if you want to do the math, I need 250,000, and I'm doing about 70,000 a month. But I'm hoping that this month, December, is going to be really good for subs, because it usually is, because everyone's off school. So let's just throw this number out there. Let's say 100,000. All right, let's say 100,000 subs in the month of December. That would be awesome. That'll get us to 850,000. Oh wait, no, a little bit less because it's December 4th. So let's say it's 840,000, and then we're gonna have January, which is usually a pretty good month as well, which I would say, let's say about 70,000, and then we're gonna have February, which is gonna be a DLC, which is gonna push us there. So I'm gonna say February. I don't know when in February, but that's my realistic goal. When I was saying that, I was like, that seems like that seems like overly optimistic. But realistically, December's always really good, and January is like always surprisingly good. Although you don't make a lot of cash, but don't really care about money. I'm about like making YouTube videos, not the cash. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Final exams for the first time. I'm guessing you're in high school. Just if you can sit down for 1 hour, and like actually just do nothing but study, like actually focus for an hour, like no phone, no BS, no internet, no distractions. Just sit down for an hour, 1 hour, once a day for for every like 1 hour for your course, and do that like three times. Like, that's probably enough, honestly. Like, just, it's about just focus, like actually like sit down and focus. Yeah. Amazing podcast. Looking more forward to these. See, like I never think that these are good. Do you know what I mean? Like to me, it's just like me rambling about the most ridiculous shit and getting way too deep for my real like how like smart I am. But like it's like I say all this stuff and it's like I might sound like I know stuff, but it's like I'm just like talking like I just say a whole bunch of stuff I hear on the internet and like put in my own spin on it and stuff. But I appreciate that people like it. Am I gonna do a vid with Lex? Of course. Lex is my homie. How to tell a girl you like her? Just tell her you like her, dude. Just say, don't just tell her you like her, but just like, I don't know, just talk to her, get to know her better, be touchy. Physical contact's good. What's your major? Business administration. Don't be like that. Pat podcasts are awesome. Okay. Do I think Sam Pecker took it too far for a joke? Yeah, I do. I really do. Pat, do I like Minions? Nah. I don't know. I think it's a little bit ridiculous, but it's whatever. Oh snap, we're out of gameplay, so that means we gotta go to the webcam. Yo. Love watching a live stream. I love it too. Do you like me? I love you, Electrical Gaming. I think you're a beautiful person. I like this. This is fun. Can you give me some life advice? I'm not really feeling myself anymore. Oh, dude, I know what that's like. That's a really hard question to answer, though. I would say it's about finding a routine. That's my biggest thing. When I feel really off, which I find happens a lot. I got a lot of off days, but it ain't often that I'm off the clock, if you know what I mean. Little Chance the Rapper. If I feel off, I think my best thing is I have a kind of like a set thing that gets me back into my schedule. So I've got a playlist of like 4 songs that I listen to. Two are just energetic songs that I like. And then the other 2 are like about being successful. So the first one is, I mean, it doesn't have to be anything, but for me, these are just 4 songs I picked. It could be as many songs as you want, but like not a lot, but just a couple songs you really like. So Lean On by Major Lazer, just really like energetic song. So what I do is I turn this song on, I jump into a cold shower. A shower for the length of that song. And like I said, this is super specific, but I typically shower for the length of that song, get out at the end of it. Might stay in a little bit longer if I feel like I need it. My second song is You Make Me by Avicii. Again, the song doesn't really matter. It's just another energetic song. But I come out during that song because that's a really energetic song. Get those endorphins going from the cold shower. It's just a thing. It just like kind of snaps me back into it. And then I have The Plan by Wiz Khalifa and Closer by Mike Studd, which are both being successful. And that process puts me back into my flow. It's one of those random things. Is this going on YouTube? Yeah, it is. It really is. YMCA. What was my favorite exam? Nothing. No exams. Although I did really like my economics exam. I got a 97 on my economics exam last year. Like, I'm not a good student anymore. I'm a good student. I just don't try hard enough because I focus on YouTube. But last year, when I was like mostly like focusing on my grades and stuff, before YouTube kind of became like a job, I was like really trying to like get like really high grades and stuff. I actually got 100 in my economics course. I went into the exam with 100 or like 102 or something. Like I had like bonus points for like quizzes or something like that. Yeah, because it was like we did 8 quizzes at 2 points each, and your quizzes were out of 10 for the year, and I had done every single one. So it was like if you missed one, like, you know, but I had done one for I'd done every single one. So I think I got like a 14 out of 10. So it was like I had like 104 on the course. Like I don't know, just like luck of the draw. I did really good. And banged a 96 out on my exam, and I got 100 in the course. And that's the greatest thing I've ever done in my life. Have you considered leaving education for YouTube? Yeah, I've thought about it a lot, and I've decided I don't want to do that unless I have to, because I like I just like being in the university thing and having friends and all that stuff. Do I believe in God? Well, when you say God, I'm assuming you mean like Christian God, and I don't really like follow any religion, although I am like I want to say like spiritual. Like I hate the word spiritual because you sound like such a hippie, but I would say like I believe in a higher power, like 100%, to the point where it's like the fact that anything exists, like the fact that you're here listening to this podcast, the Earth exists, the universe exists, anything ever exists. I just feel like that is way too random for that to be nothing. So I guess the religion I would, not a religion, but the thing I line up most with would be like agnostic or agnosticism, because for me that's just what makes most sense. Tu parles français? Oui, je parle le français un peu, mais j'étais très mal at speaking French. Would I date Sniper Wolf? She's a lot older than me, I think. So, I mean, probably, yeah. But, like, you know, she's also got a boyfriend. But no, she's pretty cool. She's a nice person. I don't think I'd want to date a YouTuber, though, to be honest. I get you, Pat. I believe in a higher power, but I don't really like religion. So that's my thing, is, like, I just don't like following. I like going against everything. What's my average in school? I think it's like probably like a 70, maybe, like a B minus. I have to go to school now. Wish me luck on my test. GG, dude. I hope you wreck it, dude. What's your first console? It was the Game Boy Advanced. Have you ever been to Newfoundland? Nope. It's your birthday. Happy birthday, dude. Faggot. Nope. Good guess. Straight, though. You had a 1 and 2 guess. Well, I shouldn't say 1 and 2. There's so many ridiculous sexualities now, but mainstream. You know, 1 and 2 guess on your mainstream sexualities. I'm not hating. See, if I was in a position where people looked at me like, you know, if I was like a really politically correct position and I said that being straight and gay is mainstream, I'd get so much hate. But it's like, no, like, okay, like being straight is mainstream. Most people are straight. Like the majority of human beings are straight, so that would be technically mainstream. I'm not saying it's bad if you're not straight. It's just what most people are. It's mainstream. But I also say gay is mainstream because I feel like there's quite a lot of gay people too. But there's also a lot of like other things like bisexual and pansexual and whatever, transsexual, whatever, and that's whatever too. But it's not the majority. You know what I mean? Fuck being politically correct. It's a thing. No one takes me seriously, so I can say whatever I want. Some freaking 20-year-old degenerate. Nice hair. How do you overcome mental barriers? What kind of mental barriers? Like I said, it's kind of a hard question. Listen to there's a really good thing. The really good thing by Tim Ferriss. Manic depressive, something like that. Here, I will link it to you because it's okay, yeah. Here, if you want some like just life tips, just search productivity tricks for the neurotic, manic, or just search Tim Ferriss product, and it's just search Tim Ferriss manic depressive, and the article is productivity tricks for the neurotic. Oh my god, productivity tricks for the neurotic, manic depressive, and crazy, like me. So Tim Ferriss is a super successful guy, but he's a normal person like everyone else. He has his ups and his downs, and he's got a. Just search that on YouTube, I think, maybe. But he's got a really good little like 15-minute thing where he talks about how like he like does this stuff and whatever. Thoughts on Lex getting roasted? That was hilarious, dude. That was honestly like the craziest, most like I saw it and I lost it. Like it was not only was it Syndicate who was like, I mean, I think he's a pretty big idol to anyone in the zombies community, But KSI is like one of Alexa's favorite YouTubers, and it's too perfect. It's just too perfect. So, America bombing Syria, bombing. I don't know. And war never ends. It's a problem. When you kill someone, they're gonna want to kill you, and then their parents are gonna, or family members are gonna want to kill you, and it just goes back and forth. It never ends. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying it doesn't stop. Pat, how have you been doing with your business classes? Like I said, I'm passing so far. I've got an exam that's worth 40% in accounting, and accounting is my worst course. So worried about that, but we'll see. Oh, we got an ignorant person. He said, "Don't be gay. Put your dick in the right place." You get a block for being an ignorant human being there, bud. I watched Syndicate before he was big. I watched Syndicate before he was big, when he had like 500,000 subscribers, but that's still pretty big. I guess you could say war never changes. Exactly. Do I spit bars? No. How do you stay up so late at night? You just kind of get in the sleep schedule. Like, I usually go to bed at like 1 or 2 usually, but then I would, not wake up early enough. What provinces are you from? Do I like Muslims? Like, see, that's just a weird question to ask. Like, I like nice people. Like, I don't care what your religion is. I don't care what you look like. It's a silly question. Like, I like nice people. If you're Muslim and you're nice people, then I like you. If you're Muslim and you're not a nice person, then I don't like you. If you're atheist, if you line up with my religious beliefs and you're not a nice person, then I don't like you. Like, it doesn't matter what your religion is. It's such a silly care. Like, you believe what you want to believe. That makes you happy. You just do you. You just do you, man. If you friggin' think that I don't know what I was gonna say. Like, I don't know what how you would say that in like a Anyways, if you like that religion, I hope it makes you happy. You do you, man. Are you a terrorist? Of course. Thoughts on Muslim stereotypes. See, that's the shitty thing, is like, people are ignorant as hell, and it's like, I don't know. It's stupid. People are stupid. As long as you're not, like I said, it all breaks down to the don't be a cunt rule. As long as you're not doing anyone that hurts anybody else, do it. Like, if you believe in a God and it makes you feel better, and like, then do it, you know? You shouldn't be killing people if they don't believe in your God. That's stupid. Then you're being a cunt. But like, if you believe in a God, like, go for it, man. How much you lift? I bench 195, deadlift 350, squat 265, and I can snatch 140. Those are my stats. What am I close to the whatchamacallit, the 1,000 pound club? 350 plus 260 makes 600 plus 200, 800. So no, I'm not. Favorite Canadian candy? I like Maynard's beans. Those are my favorite candy. What do you want to? Why is life so boring sometimes? You just gotta make a change, man. I want to just like go somewhere. I just want to like say, you know what, screw it, and just travel somewhere. It's like, just YOLO. Have you been in the deep web? Yeah, I have, and it's really interesting. Like, they sell like hitmen. Like, you can just hire someone to kill someone. They sell like the craziest drugs you could ever think of. Those are the two things that really blew my mind on that stuff. There's a whole lot of other stuff, like you know, like prostitutes and all this stuff, but it's like, whoa, that's like some crazy stuff. It's very interesting. Favorite movie? Inception. Do I watch UFC? No, but I like it. Do I like Minions? Not really. Favorite fast food? It's got to be McDonald's, man. There's a reason why they're the best. Although A&W is pretty damn good too. So is Wendy's. I like fast food. It's good. I don't eat it a lot, but I went to Boston Pizza last night. I got so much food. I got $32 worth of food. I got 2 entrees and a dessert. and I was still hungry. I mean, a lot. How tall am I? I think like 6'3", 6'4", probably. It's just getting chill now. They're just chatting. Oh, I think I gotta go eat soon though. So, yeah. Meals at 12:20. Oh, 12:20. Have you left yet? Okay, well I might be going, guys. But will you play with Allier if you wanted me to play with him? But you gotta remember he's 10 times bigger than me. So. Wait, got 5 minutes. I can watch Pat. No school yet. How do I get on the deep web? I am not gonna talk about that. You gotta figure that out for yourself. Make sure you set up some stuff because it's pretty dangerous. Why is everyone saying Allier? There's like a million people saying Allier. Of course I play with Allier, but like, everyone is saying, will you play with Allier? Is there like a specific reason why everyone's asking me this? Or did Allier like say like, hey Pat, let's play together? I doubt it. Oh, I searched Alicia Keys, not Allier. I'm just confused why I'm having a million people ask me about Allier. Allie. Hey. Allie. Hey. No, okay. Okay, now everyone's saying Allier because I just talked to him. Oh, I am going to meals now. Harry. The legend Harry wants to go. Alright. Yep, Harry, 4 minutes. We just gotta why is everyone making this Allier thing? Guys. I like all the music. They're trolling me. I know. The legend Harry even just sent me Allier. He's watching the stream, guys. The time of these podcasts are so bad for Australia, dude. They're bad for everyone. It's like 11:30 Eastern on a Friday. It's terrible. All right. Well, that's enough questions. That's enough questions. Stop saying Allier. Anyways, bye guys. It's been a weird podcast, but it's been chill. It's been a good time. I had a lot of fun. I've enjoyed myself. I've had a lot of fun. It's been real. I gotta go study some more and do some work and go eat and go look at a house. So that's it. Bye. Take care. Live long. Prosper. Yeah. I hate these outros. They're always so awkward. Hope everyone's doing well. Have a good Friday. I'll see you later. Peace.